Hello and welcome to episode 14 of Rough Around the Edges, brought to you by Roughneck Games. I am Joe. With me are Dane.
Hello.
Dan.
That's me.
And Jarv.
Hi.
So this is the Y2K plus 16 video game excitement part 2.
Nice.
Is what I'm calling it. There's got to be a better name for that.
Yeah. It's a mouthful.
It's quite the
It's
mouthful.
the only way.
Well, we still have half this list left and it's got some exciting stuff on it.
Where did we stop last time?
Last time we covered XCOM 2, Hitman, Total War Warhammer, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Endless Space 2, and Dishonored 2.
Okay. Cool.
If you will recall all of those.
I do, yeah. That's good.
And the next one on the list is Dark Souls 3.
Oh, God.
Did you play Dark Souls, Dane?
I have played Dark Souls, yes. But I played Dark Souls 1. I didn't get too into it
Yeah.
for some reason.
It's a very specific type of game.
Well, you were playing on PC, and it had some pretty bad mechanics.
Yeah, it was pretty clunky in the first go around. 2 looked great, but I don't know. I think it was like one of those points in time of gaming where either I had no time when it was being played and it was exciting, or I was playing something else. I don't know. It happens.
See, I
never
played
played it.
2, but I never played 1. And I think Dan
Same
had the
here,
same,
yeah.
but Jarv is a longtime fan of the series, right?
You double fist them.
All the Souls.
I played since, Demon Souls, the first
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Going way back to, that's probably not very far back. It's like, 6 years?
Far enough.
Probably farther than you think.
Yeah. Do you know a lot? Are you paying attention to Dark Souls 3?
I have not been paying attention to Dark Souls 3. I know that I truly enjoy the way those games play, and I enjoy games that challenge you, which is what Dark Souls is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely play it, but I haven't checked to see what changes they've made or what story-wise is going on.
Do you
'cause they kind
know-
of shift it around?
It's probably pretty easy like the other ones, right?
Oh, yeah. Kinda.
It's going to be a breeze. It's just
a very
you're there for
casual
the
game,
story.
yeah.
Rock your cock, praise the sun.
Just
Yeah, can you still
button
praise the
mash
sun?
and you'll be fine. Oh, I guarantee you can praise the sun. You can't get rid of that.
I think that's my favorite part of the game.
People would boycott the game if you couldn't praise the sun. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That stuff's good.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Do you know when it comes out?
I don't know when
We
it
should
comes
probably
out.
have looked all this up.
Yeah, let's power through some phone Google.
Phone Google. Yeah, I didn't beat it. It was difficult, but I got pretty far along, I think, in Dark Souls 2. And some of those battles are really fun and challenging.
Yeah, there's not many games out there that challenge you with those kind of boss mechanics like they do.
Having not played that before, but talked to you about a lot of the previous games, I didn't know exactly what to expect because some of the videos and stuff I've seen before I played it seemed kind of simplistic. I don't know, but it was much more in depth than I expected going in. So hopefully the third one is
Comes out March 24th.
even better.
Wow.
And
That's
this
not too
says
far.
that the PS4 Prestige Edition sold out in 2 hours.
Holy cow.
So it's pretty popular
yeah,
now.
they,
popular game.
there is a huge
It came out of
following,
nowhere way back when.
it seems, on the internet.
On the interwebs.
The interwebs. Do you guys know, have you guys played Bloodborne?
I've not played it.
Do you
Negative.
know?
Yeah,
know
it's the same developer.
Okay, so
is it?
Is it in the same world?
No.
Okay, so it's just
No,
another
but
just
it
like
plays
dark,
very similar.
gothic,
From what I've
fantasy,
seen, it plays
crazy.
very similarly. You
Cool.
collect souls.
You praise the sun.
Yeah.
It's
but it's just a-
PlayStation, right?
Yeah, I think it is a
It's
PS4 exclusive.
Exclusive,
maybe.
yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer because it really sounds interesting to me.
Yeah,
It might-
when I saw it, I was like, I would want to get this or at least look into it. And then-
Yeah. I've
Someone's
heard it's
buying
real-
a PS4 tonight.
I keep weighing that
Just
decision.
for that.
I've had a PS4 in my Amazon cart for quite a while now,
Nice.
and I'm just like,
sitting there
I'm
staring
not
at you.
going to use that. And I'm
Save for next time. Save
I'm
for
so
next time.
pissed with consoles because I've had 3 Xbox 360s and I've had
Oh,
one
God.
PS3, and obviously I have one working Xbox 360 now, and 2
Wow.
360s died on me and one PS3
Did you
died
get
on
the
me.
red
That
ring of death
sucks.
every time?
Yeah, and it's just like,
I definitely
what are
have
these
Xbox
things made of?
360 Die on me
I
too.
mean, my PC never dies on me unless I spill something into it, but that was technically
User
my
error.
cat's fault.
Plus, you can keep buying new parts and varying it up with your PC, which is nice.
This is true.
You know,
Yeah, you
and if
can-
one piece breaks, you replace that. You don't have to replace the whole thing and buy a new all new computer.
Did you include 360 in that list? Because that was synonymous with breaking.
He said 360.
I don't have an Xbox.
Oh, that's what he was
One.
talking about.
I haven't bought any of the next gen ones
because
the previous gen just pissed me off.
Although I agree, PS4 is a tempting console, if there is such a thing.
Just real quick to go back to
it was a PS4
Dark
exclusive,
Souls.
by the way.
Since Dark Souls 2 was the only one I had played, I actually at first I was like, I don't get like it was. I was like, this is difficult, but I don't get all the
appeal.
Hype. But then not necessarily the appeal, just kind of the hype. It seemed middle of the road, but then I really started to get when I really started to get how amazing it was and how it really harkened back to kind of old NES games and in the fact that like every single battle was, life or death.
Right.
And then you have an even more important battle against a boss.
Yeah.
That is just insane. And it was you haven't seen that a lot in a lot of games, and it came out at seemingly at a time when everything was just holding your hand more and more. So I liked seeing that, and I really enjoyed playing it.
Sitting on your rails.
You could definitely
eat your cupcake.
You definitely pay the price if you ever. I mean, obviously, a lot of it is grinding souls because you got to level up and everything. So it is kind of a grind heavy game. Although they kind of limited that a little bit in the later ones. But whenever you kind of got into the zone and you thought you were the shit and you're just ripping through, and and you just take one false step and you fall off a cliff and die. Or you forget there's a guy around the corner, he jumps in behind you and just kills you in one shot. And it's just like, it's so unforgiving. As soon as you stop paying absolute attention to what you're doing,
that's so true.
You just get wrecked.
Yeah.
Wow.
One thing that, at least it was my experience, that I didn't like about Dark Souls 2 was I kind of tried to go a swift fighter route, like as opposed to just wearing heavy armor, using a shield and something else big in your right hand.
Right.
I tried to go like very swift, dodgy, and that is a hard route to go because you don't do as much damage and you can't take as many hits, and you have to have like really good timing. And it was quite a bit rougher, with the only benefit being you can roll further and faster.
Right.
But
it's a bit different from the old sword and board.
Yeah, I enjoyed taking that more difficult route though.
Yeah, I think I went two-handed weapons and got my face beaten in a lot. But
No shield, straight
no shield. Just
there's the
balls
3.
giant
Is there anything beyond the 3?
There's magic. You get a lot of that.
I didn't know
could
that.
be
I
like
thought it
a
was like
cleric,
really
dude.
just straight medieval. I didn't know that.
yeah, sometimes you just got to praise the sun.
Yeah. That is our overlord.
That's
we
right.
are but slaves to it.
That's true. So this next one, I know, I would
the
say
middle of winter.
absolutely nothing about.
I'm not sure any of us are going to know much about that.
Crackdown 3.
Yeah, I played the original and
Oh, did
hated
you?
it. But apparently,
there we are.
That is strong.
apparently it's been getting a lot better.
Don't even know what that
if
is.
it made it on that list.
Are you a police officer?
superhuman
Yeah, you're like a superhuman police officer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
So
right.
I know more than
Right.
nothing, I guess. That's because I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember having like interest in the first one just because it seemed unique in a way. It seemed at least slightly open world, and you were a police officer yet superhuman at the same time. And I was like, all right, that's an interesting take on this.
Sounds
You could,
like it'd be fun.
Jump, you could scale buildings and stuff, and it was pretty crazy.
I have never even heard of this game. Like, I just haven't heard of it.
It might be. I think it's an Xbox exclusive, so that might have something to do with it.
All these exclusive consoles. Why are they stupid?
But it's kind of like a blend between GTA and Infamous, I guess.
Doesn't sound like an awful concept.
The release date
I
is
would say
stated.
that's very good.
I think it's a lot more polished than it used to be. The first one was supposed to be the shit, and I played it, and it was so boring because you just do the same shit over and over. Like, I can understand games where you get to a point where it's kind of grindy, or end game where you're just going around just wrecking shit.
Right.
But when from the start of the game, that's all you do. Not really interested.
Not unless the narrative is particularly compelling or something.
It was not.
Well, yeah. Well, I have a question.
Yeah, in a game like
So,
that,
like,
it's
Xbox.
probably-
This game's Xbox exclusive. Bloodborne is PS4 exclusive. Is the fiscal investment to make a game cross-platform too much for these companies? Like that, it's going to lose them money. I would think if Bloodborne was on PC, they would make
Well, this is an age-old question.
4 times the money. Like,
Yeah,
why
and I
would-
mean they put
Well,
Dark Souls on there. It's
but
the same
it's
developer.
The console developers probably paying them to make it exclusive.
One
Sony,
thing that
you
I
mean
know,
Sony and Microsoft are telling them.
Like, we'll make this exclusive and give you this offer or whatever, and it's probably good enough
I
to
wonder
make
what
up
they
for
give
it.
them. Money?
I don't know.
one thing I know that
Yeah.
sexual favors.
Probably.
one thing that I know that may not be so much the case anymore, but I know is the case before, especially with Xbox 360, and the equivalent PlayStations, was that the porting from one to another or coding for both was an extreme difficulty.
And that's what I meant by like the investment in cross-platform.
They probably like waive licensing fees and stuff like that and make it appealing.
And
I
then
don't
you
know.
get,
Seems not
Or maybe they're just lazy and they just go that route.
right.
and then you often get PC ports that are just complete pieces
Garbaggio.
of shit that they didn't even really care about.
Man.
That happens.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Borderlands 1 initially, I feel like at least the menus and stuff were poorly
Oh, you
handled.
can tell usually, yeah. Because
The first Force Unleashed, I know on Steam, like you can't even use your mouse in the menus and stuff because you have to.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of weird.
I
Because the menus
appreciate-
are used to like the
it's-
buttons and sticks. It's not no mouse.
You can tell they didn't care at all when it says like hit X to do this. And they're
Yeah,
just like,
that's just.
That's
like,
true.
oh, fuck
That's
it.
trash.
Yeah.
I think GTA.
Just be happy you have
they
it on
did a
PC.
nice job with GTA because they
Yeah.
delayed its release on PC and they really.
I think they did.
I feel like they made an effort to make
Also,
it work.
Red Dead Redemption, they did a really good job.
Oh,
wait.
stop it!
We need another one of those.
Oh, don't.
Yep.
I
Sorry.
just want the
Jeez.
original on
It's a
PC.
wound.
That's really all I want.
It's the wound that never heals.
They don't even need to revamp it.
Crackdown 3
Yeah.
is
Throw it onto
listed
the PC.
Q2,
Well, the
Q3,
original was
2016.
Red Dead Revolver.
How about that?
I'm sure we will not.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Unreal 4
I don't
engine.
know.
Oh, yeah, I don't
more
have an
games
Xbox.
I don't know
with
anything
so-
about that.
Unreal
Yeah, I don't
Engine.
either.
Interesting.
Unreal Engine
Well,
4.
I know a little.
Quattro.
So we had
We had
We had two
dueling
separate
combos there.
conversations.
the listener gets to rewind
Not
and hear that twice.
ideal.
Listen to whichever one you like more. I'd say ours was probably awesome.
I agree.
Yeah, we're talking about Unreal Engine 4 and Q2,
He
Q3
mentioned that.
2016
Okay.
is the release.
Numbers and letters.
Yeah, there you go. So that gives a 6-month window.
It's like algebra.
So there you go.
Oh no!
He was just mentioning that Red Dead Revolver was the original release. And
Yeah,
that
I
Red
was-
Dead
play that one.
Redemption.
I was being funnily a bitch.
You could wait. It was, I bet you
Funnel-
couldn't Miyamo Juan
That
Marstone.
phrase. Funnily a bitch.
Wow. Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
It's been a while, Final Fantasy.
I would
don't
love
know.
to get back into Final Fantasy.
I just
It's been
bought
ages.
Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy Blood Typo. I don't know. What
Blood typo. Just share with everyone.
Universal donor.
I forget what it was called, honestly. But it was super cheap on the winter sale.
Just super nice, caring, and
was-
sharing.
So I was just like,
There's no
well,
antagonists.
we're going to get this one too. But I'm really, 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 really
hemorrhaging.
back to the Red Dead. You're taking this somewhere in your mind, aren't you?
I'm just talking on my own about
my.
about
on your
blood
own.
typo.
You can go your own way.
Goodness.
Now it's two conversations, and I'm the only one in mine.
I really, really like, though, kind of related to the Red Dead Redemption thing, how they're releasing all the old Final Fantasies in PC and Steam. It's been
Right.
awesome. Like, I
Aren't
think
they-
it's fanfare. Typo.
It is
called
typo.
Is it?
Weren't they remaking
Blood type.
7 as like an
I love
episodic thing?
Japanese names.
Really?
I feel like they were doing something episodic with 7.
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
Let me see if I
They
can get
definitely
an answer to
released
that.
7 straight up on Steam, right?
Okay.
Because I got it and played a lot
I
of
feel
it
like
a
there's
couple
been
months ago.
I feel like there's been so many weird little like splinter offshoot things from 7 that I can't even follow that at all.
You
like,
know, you're right.
They
Like,
take
they
a
were
standard
like
thing
a
like
million-
numerical order, and they managed to make it so weird.
Yeah, numerical order with no connection to the previous thing besides certain,
Like,
you know,
10-2?
minor aspects of the game, like elements and, you know, item types in terms of Phoenix Down and HP,
Yeah.
MP
Nice.
potions.
Well, I mean, then there's offshoots that aren't a number, like tactics.
Oh gosh, Tactics is so good.
I remember
Most tactics are good.
Oh, I haven't played anything other than that PS1 release.
Yeah.
Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the best games ever.
I agree. I would
I
agree
mean,
with you.
Tactics is like a game style. So,
yes.
like, you have Fallout Tactics, you have Ogre Tactics.
you were.
Or the word tactics in general.
I thought you were
Tactics,
just talking
tactics.
about tactics in general because you just popped, you popped
Everybody
up
likes
from your
tactics.
phone and went, "Yeah, tactics are great." Like just
Jared
really
is in-
bright eyed
You
about
should
it.
usually think ahead about things.
Epic tactician.
But I remember
Inspiring.
playing 10, and then 10-2 came out, and that at the time,
Yeah.
10, and it's just
10-2.
such a name, 10-2.
11-1.
It's like you guys kind of paint yourselves in a corner with that numbering scheme. If you wanted,
Yeah,
to
I must
continue
admit, I was
something.
bothered by that. I never played 10, but I was
I
pretty annoyed.
played 10-2, and I had played 10 all the way through.
Nice.
Yeah, imagine
Still
that.
liked him.
That was, yeah. It took a couple starts on 10.
Yeah.
14 was fun for a bit.
The MMO?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I had a great
I
time.
greatly
I
enjoyed
actually
it.
clicked on that recently on Steam and was really surprised to find that I had like 200 hours in it.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah,
I
we
felt
played a
like
lot
it
of
was
it.
like 30.
No.
So I was
MMOs are strange. They're like
MMOs
a
are
time
so
axis.
sucking.
Oh, they
Just, yeah.
deleted our house in December.
Oh, yeah.
On
Oh,
Christmas.
yeah, that's
on
right.
Christmas Day, they deleted
We
our
got
house.
about 70 emails about it.
I know.
I know.
They
Yeah,
gave
your
us
house is
advance
going to get
warning.
deleted on Christmas.
I got more pissed about it.
Yeah, they
I should be happy
They
about
got-
the advance notice, but
Quit
I was just
spamming
like,
me.
you know what?
Don't tell me what my past is not.
they
yet.
got more and more frequent as the
wanna
day
think
came, and it made me so sad.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh. But
Yeah,
I remember
we got
because
evicted.
Sad Christmas.
Dane, because of your experience with tactics, I think especially.
Yeah.
You were really psyched about my Lancer character and some of the moves I would do. You're like, oh my god, like we were
Oh my
doing
gosh.
yeah, you're
Absolutely.
like, oh my god,
In
that-
14, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
That's the same kind of move where like I would like bounce in
Yeah.
to hit and then bounce back out and stuff like that.
I
Yeah,
wish they had the
Jumpability.
calculator in that. I think that would be
right,
totally horrible in an MMO.
I have no idea how they would do that.
Yeah.
I honestly, they could make it really cool, but it would be very different from
Yeah. It'd be
some of the
challenging.
other iterations in other Final Fantasy. But in
You'd
Tactics,
you'd
it's
have to
so
study
hard.
ahead because
Yeah.
you don't have the time to figure out
That's
what
true.
numbers match what.
Like, look at everybody's
Yeah.
HP,
You'd have to
find
look-
out which
yeah.
ones are divisible by 5, and then just cast your
It
spell.
is an intense playstyle.
Don't
Yeah.
buff me. I have this figured out. And you'll screw it up.
You just threw off my math.
I remember crafting. That is a game where crafting is
That was brilliant.
really
That was intense.
intense and enjoyable because it wasn't just okay. You're crafting these. Here's a progress bar.
No, you
Have fun.
an entire gear set.
Yeah, you had an entire gear set for every kind of crafting.
There's strategy to it.
And you had strategy, and you had probability of success, and then you had a certain amount of points you could use towards using special abilities towards
Yeah.
fulfilling that progress
right.
It
bar
was
or
really in depth.
going over.
A super
even-
mini game.
And they even made gathering more exciting than it has been in any other MMO.
Yeah,
that
and I
That's
think
true. It was
yeah.
easier to deal with because you weren't fighting with anyone.
yeah,
over
you had
the-
your own.
That's true.
Which normally I would be like, eh.
But they put a
it
little bit
worked.
of
Yeah.
strategy and fun stuff extra into
I
it.
agree.
So.
In my experience, they seem like a game that because I've seen a couple of games that are like that since then, MMOs with gathering.
Yeah.
And it just kind of felt like they were the first to go that route in my play experience, at least. I was playing one game recently called Wild Star, where I think gathering
Oh,
is
nice.
independent.
Wild Star Wars.
Wild
Wild
Star.
Star.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's,
I think it's pretty popular.
Wild Star where?
yeah,
Where?
it's
Oh,
free to
okay.
play. Like free to
It's
play.
like Wild Star
Wild
Wars.
Star
What?
Wars.
Subscription. Yeah, it's actually really,
Like a Wild West Star Wars.
it's actually really
Wait,
cool.
Star Wars going wild.
Because you, just real quick, your abilities and everything take different shape in terms of like the area they affect or how they work, and you have to be much more. You have to be accurate with what you do, as well as smart with what you pick to do. So you don't just stand there and fight or anything like
Yeah.
that. You move around and do stuff and have to get out of the way and dodge. And
Okay, so more like an action combat style.
Yeah, but
Because
done
they had
well.
they had a
Yeah, that's
Korean one that everyone was always flipping out about how sweet the combat was. I can't remember. That might be it. I don't think that's it though.
No,
don't think so.
WildStar's not. I was
what
looking
was that called?
through
Arcade.
No,
Not that one.
Terra,
Terra, is that it?
Could
That
be
sounds
Terra.
right.
What
Yeah.
was the one that started with an L?
Lineage 2.
Yeah,
Well,
there
Lineage,
you go.
but Lineage 2. Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
and then you're either thinking of
think
Terra or
Terra's right.
maybe
Terra
I
sounds
don't know
right.
if it's Korean, but I played. What was it called? Archon? I don't know. But yeah. Terra is probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I
So,
think so.
Final Fantasy 15 doesn't have a date. It just says 2016, but it's console only.
Yeah,
It looks like.
Yeah,
it's
that
going
seems
back to the
pretty much
console
part of
type.
the course.
we just
But they
reminisced about
haven't-
Final Fantasy, and then we didn't even talk about it.
I'm getting to the part that I think you will like. Dan,
Only
is-
only 14. As far as I understand, only 14 was released on PC at the get go.
Huh.
I could be wrong about
what was
that.
it? 11 or something was an MMO or something similar.
Oh, maybe
Was it online?
That could be, but I'm not sure if
I
it
don't
was on
remember.
the PC.
Before you get to the next one, can I take a guess at what it is? I have no idea.
We're not to the next one. I have one more piece of information I'd like to share that I think you'll be excited about.
Oh.
So, Final Fantasy 15 is supposed to be a fairly different game from a lot of the rest of them. It's going to be really kind of dark and more grittier than.
That was going to be the
previous
guess.
ones.
That
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was
okay.
then
I thought you were going to guess the next.
I was going to
game.
guess the next game, but it was going to be one or two things, and then something dark and gritty. 'Cause-
Well, 7 was dark and gritty, right?
Well, there you go.
yeah,
7 was
yeah,
super
but
dark.
in a generation where I don't think they. I mean, with the capabilities now, I think they could really,
Oh, I agree. I'm very excited to see what it looks like and how they create the
really bring
mechanics
it
around it.
out.
But
Yeah.
it's usually high fantasy, right? Like pretty flowery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody
Like 9, for example,
Sunshine of
which
Flowers.
also is
everybody's
coming
kind
out
of
on Steam
androgynous.
soon.
And,
Yeah,
you know who I liked in
accept that,
10? I liked. God, it's been so long. I really liked the old dude with like half shirt off and carrying a jug of whiskey
Master
Nice.
Roshi.
and a giant sword, and he was missing an eye.
though. Wow,
That guy.
that
guy.
one.
He was
He's a winner.
He
was-
sounds good.
He was like the main character's kind of
I vaguely remember that.
Mentor,
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
and like his father's best
Sounds like a role model.
best pal. Yeah, I know.
Get a shirt on,
I'm gonna wear
lost
half.
an eye,
I'm
jug
gonna-
of whiskey all day. Okay,
I'm gonna wear half
teach
this
me
robe.
to live.
I'm gonna wear
I
half
do
this robe
remember
and
that
drink
guy.
a lot. You're coming with me, kid. That doesn't sound
Can you
right.
teach me how to live? How do I keep my shirt off all day?
What was your guess for the next one?
It was just going to be
Oh,
something
okay.
dark.
The next one is
Well, wait,
Divinity.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
No, I guess I don't have
Ori-
anything meaningful to say about Final Fantasy.
Original.
I just like talking about Final Fantasy.
I never played 7.
Don't ever want to give it up.
You never played 7.
I've played the first 15 minutes of 7.
Oh,
long,
dude, 7 gets
long time ago.
bonkers crazy later on.
You think I don't know that?
you
think-
don't?
No, I do because
haven't
people are insane about it, and they've made so many of those little splinter things about it. And like each character has its own game that you can only find in Japan or something. And
Yeah.
and God knows what was going on when people were talking about a movie being made.
And Cloud Shazep and Kingdom Hearts.
and Sephiroth's
Rubbing
name
the nips.
is thrown all over the place, and I think that's from 7, right?
What?
Sephiroth.
Yeah, he's the bad.
How do I even
Oh, yeah.
know that? Because people are so goddamn crazy about 7.
That's true.
So I think I know what
The
I'm
lore.
apparently missing out on. Suck it.
I totally don't agree, but
No,
you do know some
no,
names
no.
of characters.
I know some names. Of
The narrative
characters.
is crazy. Like,
and some
it's-
guy's got a gun for a hand.
Honestly, I definitely recommend getting it on Steam and playing through, even though it's going to be clunky and the graphics suck
I did
now.
That. I already have it on Steam.
Nice. You
And-
should play it.
yeah,
It
because-
gets crazy.
Yeah, because I was like,
And
this is a
it's-
game I'm going to play someday.
And it's a
There you go.
steampunky, crazy
Yeah,
world.
definitely.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
don't know.
I remember
Play
from when I,
style's really unique as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
what's the meter in those games? Or at least in that one, like you build it up and then you can do like a power move.
Oh, I don't know.
It
answer to
just
that
has
question.
a very funny name that would be from a Japanese game, like it in translation.
So Divinity is the next one?
Divinity Original Sin 2,
That
slated for December
That was
2016.
a Kickstarter, right?
Was it?
I think that was a
Oh, yeah, I think I
Kickstarter.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Divinity, fantastic. Want to play more of the original game?
Role playing.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot
all
of
you need is kill.
Divinity games.
Is what is just. That's what I
yeah.
couldn't
All
think
you
of
need is kill.
for bad
yeah.
translation.
For bad translated.
It's a
All
great
you
book,
need
by
is
the way.
kill.
It's like Overcharge or over, whatever. I
don't remember that. The meter.
Yeah, the meter.
Guts.
Guts.
The Guts bar.
Anyway,
The Guts bar. To critical.
Divinity Original Sin. I said original game, but there's like earlier Divinity games.
Quite a few, surprisingly.
Yeah, I
when
know.
looked into it. Yeah.
And I don't know anything really about them.
The previous
Sorry, I
ones.
have a hangnail. But Divinity Original Sin.
Wait. I'm sorry. So this is called Divinity Original Sin 2.
Correct.
Then how is it?
seems
It is a
How is it
sequel.
the original Sin?
That seems
It is the second original sin.
because the other games are totally different.
To my knowledge,
Names.
yeah.
There were multiple
Well, they
original
have
sins that
they
all
have
happened at the same
Divinity.
time.
You caught me there at the end because you're like, because the other ones are totally different names. They're yes, in that they don't have original sin. They're
It's
like
they're all Divinity something.
Yeah.
Right.
and to my
Interesting.
knowledge, they're
So that's really interesting.
somewhat different. Well, thank you. I didn't. You're saying the whole thing is interesting, and I'm taking.
I
credit.
am interested
I
by the name keeping.
I didn't play enough of Divinity Original Sin. I know that I liked what I did play,
Yeah, I had
and
a
I
good
can't
time.
remember why I got pulled away from it. I don't think it had anything to do with the game.
your
I don't
Steam
recall.
list is infinite.
Yeah, that's
Also-
probably it.
I think we played one to
That would be Dane and I.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
to a level that was apparently it was farther in the game.
Yeah, then I
Than
had
you
played,
had
yeah.
played.
Because what I had played up to before that point was what I had played with Jarv. So
So like the first zone.
I'm just a slut, and
Yeah.
I played with Jarv, and then I swapped over,
We played.
Right.
and
Very
I played
briefly
with Joe.
when it
Probably
first
to the
came
same
out.
point I played with
the same
Jarv.
Maybe that's why I stopped
Same
playing.
level.
I felt betrayed.
I like the
we played during the
conversation.
Considering it
summer.
was like 3 years later, no.
And we played during the summer, so it
Exaggeration.
was like you guys were at work and I
Yeah.
was not.
Fuck you.
But I was really, really intimidated when we got to that point where the game kind of opened up
Yeah,
at the scope. I was not I was thinking it'd be like a Forgotten Realms scope, which
Yeah.
are big too, but this went
But-
cosmic.
Really?
And it was nuts.
yeah. It goes cosmic, and because the original thing, you go in and it's like, okay, so basically you are two, and I really love the fact that the game was built upon this pair of characters
Yeah.
working together and being able to have different personalities and completely different everything, but working together as essentially like magical detectives. And then you go in, and I think that still somewhat is on the table, but your world gets rocked really quickly.
Was not expecting.
That I wasn't expecting it either, and you're just like, wow,
Yeah.
we went from the scope of like we're kind of saving the world
We're in
by
a small sea village.
yeah, we're in a
Yeah.
small
And
sea
now
village.
we're definitely not.
Yeah, now we're,
Dorothy ain't got shit on this.
yeah. Now
just exploded.
Now we are randomly talking to somebody who controls the strings of fate, sort of, and and something is missing or blurry, and she's very upset about this.
And weird alien monster guys.
and
strong
doesn't know how to
emotions.
speak your language, but then figures out how to. And there's nothing but the blackness of space in the background where you are. So
Yeah, it's
it becomes
nuts.
like
Sounds
transplanar.
physically difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Cosmic-
planar
make
fantasy
happen.
type thing.
Yeah, and it was just like when that happened, we were like, "What the fuck?
What is
going
going on?
And Dane didn't know.
Did I
I
break
think
the
at that
game?
point that I hadn't played to that,
that level.
point.
Yeah,
and I was
so
like,
I'm just.
And Dane's like, "What the hell's going on?" I'm like,
wandering.
"I have no idea. I haven't played this far." He's like, "What?"
You didn't
Somebody
get to
needs to
the
explain this.
teleportation into space part?
So I really like the conversation system in that.
Yeah,
It's a bit
that was
like,
great.
A bit like the Old Republic.
Yeah,
In a way.
yeah. You played rock paper scissors, and you could. I think you could You could kind of. You had certain skills that played into that. I think, in that that you played rock paper scissors, but it was kind of like a best out of a certain number. But I think there were some things if your charisma was higher or something like that. I don't remember exactly. You kind of got more points for winning a rock paper scissors round.
Yeah.
But also the awesome thing that came out of that is your choices in those conversations would add some extra stats to you. Like
I feel like there was a scenario where we had to rock paper scissors, but we needed one of us to win. But you can't really control it, right?
Yeah, you can't
So
control
you're just
it.
hoping that you lose.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk.
We
I can't
were-
keep my mouth
he
shut.
has the skill that we need to win this woman over. It was the one where we like teleported in that woman's bathing room or whatever.
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Okay.
Invasion of privacy.
Well, we had to get the thing,
We
man.
You
needed
to get a look-see?
We had to have the thing.
Did
Like,
you
had to
ever get
it.
the thing with them? With any of them?
The thing with them?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
With the
The
thing?
thing that let you like teleport?
The thing?
I looked in
With
a lot
the-
of boxes
No, I
in the
hadn't.
docks.
With
Okay,
you, it was the
because we
first.
needed to get that.
Yeah,
That
we
was
did.
amazing.
We did need the thing.
in the bathroom.
How vague can I be? Well,
We're talking about a
she
thing.
had the thing.
Did you get the thing with the guy? The thing?
That's good. Let's avoid
My
spoilers.
concern was spoiler, and then we totally spoiled a lot just for you guys.
Dude,
without
we barely
with,
scratched the surface.
It
of
came
that.
out for you.
All I got was
I think
crazy
we-
lady in space.
I think we
so-
barely scratched.
I don't
the
think you
surface
ruined
of it.
anything for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
we barely scratched the surface of that game.
I know.
I think
That's what intimidated me.
because it goes. I'm
The
pretty
hugeness.
sure it goes way beyond that sea town, and we hadn't yet finished with the sea town.
It obviously did.
Yes, well, yeah, because for a moment we were between time and space.
We had a lot to do in that sea town too. We did not know what we were doing, so it was like we're solving mysteries.
we're solving
We're like
mysteries.
we're gonna bang this
We're,
rock
we're
in here.
finding 3 sailors,
and
a
then we're in
job.
space, and we're like, okay, the town's
A step too far.
town's on its own, I guess. We're dealing with rat walrus monster or whatever that scribe dude. Yeah, it got crazy.
That's Rat Walrus.
Remember that
monster.
guy? He's like, oh, you're
No.
finally here. It's like,
What
oh,
is
are
a
we?
rat- what
You
is
have
a-
no walls in space. Like,
Oh,
okay,
okay, yeah.
There's a giant telescope.
Oh yeah,
What's
he's-
your problem?
He's
We're-
a little goblin.
we were
Rat
angry
Walrus
about-
monster.
Oh, he was a goblin. That's right.
Yeah, not a rat walrus.
Doing the best I can here. But I remember we got angry
Yeah.
at him, so we stole all his
Oh,
flasks and flask
every
holders.
single one, and his pillows.
So
And his
vindictive.
pillows.
We stole his pillows.
We got pretty malicious towards him.
He had nothing,
Rat Walrus.
he helped us.
and he really had nothing to his name. He had like a
Walrus.
stone plane
yeah.
with like one rug and some books, and
We're probably the first contact he'd had in like a millennium.
yeah,
you
and
stole
some
one.
We
alchemical
stole
stuff.
his flasks.
And we
Who
were,
are you?
We got there and we're so
Give me
confused.
your pillows.
We just started stealing shit. We're just like, I don't
That's
know
a
what's
natural
going
reaction
on.
when you're confused.
I don't know what to do.
Just imagine yourself
Klepto.
teleporting into a
Yeah.
platform in space, and the first reaction you have is, "I'm taking these flasks." Because that's what happened.
This is all I know. That's
This is all I
normal.
know.
Hold on. to
I'm
what
clinging
makes
to
sense in my
sanity at this point.
mind. Mugs make sense.
So,
So I'm excited for the second one. Don't know what to expect now. How do you one up that?
Well,
we probably got to.
you won't know until December. So
You're in the cosmos of the cosmos,
yeah,
and this goblin
between time and
is
space.
bigger
This lady
with
had
more flasks.
It's like the
most
end of Men in
original
Black
sin.
when you open a door and you're just in a
yes,
locker
you're
in
just
a
a
larger
marble.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, that would be crazy.
that just occurred to you.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be crazy.
I wouldn't handle that either. I'd quit with the first 4 hours
Where's
again.
the closest mug?
That does happen to me sometimes in games, though. Like, you get to the point, you go through, like, the intro section, and you get to the point where it expands, and if they don't handle it properly...
Yeah.
For instance, recently, Pillars of Eternity, really loving that game, and then you get to the main town, and they don't, like, give you the typical quest line to give you a tour of the town or show you where things are, and it's this, like, 6-zone giant city.
Wow.
And they're like, congratulations, you got to town.
Yeah.
Now you can do
Welcome
whatever you
to
want.
12
And I'm like,
hours of running
too
around.
much.
I don't know what the fuck I want to do right now. I don't
Yeah.
know who any of these people are. I'm so confused.
And that's also
I have like one quest and it has nothing to do with this. So
give me an I like to have a little bit of knowledge of where they're nudging me so I can go and do everything besides that,
and then come back,
and then come back and do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the Final Fantasy MMO, that took you around town. They introduce you to
Take a
people. Like
yeah.
you get familiar with it seamlessly.
Yeah, they did that really well.
But when they just drop you in a huge place and you're just like,
deal with it.
I don't want to deal with this. So then I don't play I'm like, I'll do this later, and then I never do it because I'm just intimidated by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also, I forget, that's also isometric RPG style, like the old style. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Nice. Man, there's been a couple of those coming out.
Yeah, it has a very
Sword Coast
Baldur's
Legends
Gate
came
kinda
out.
look,
It
feel.
is, yeah. But
Which
it's less
was
it's
appealing.
less combat focused and it's more like a interactive book,
That is super cool.
which is
kind of like that.
if you're in the mood for it.
Right.
If you wanna
there's
explore
tons
town.
of reading. It's another game where you can find books and you can read the books, and so it's kind of like start stop
Wow.
start stop start stop.
If you can get somebody in town to tell you where the bookstore is.
Just let me find the library. Do this all at once.
Anybody got a map here?
Oh my.
I'm
Well,
really
I'm glad they made I'm glad they're making more.
yes.
Yeah.
I support that.
Yeah, if they
Even if
kickstarted
it's
it,
rough.
I assume that it was
People
super
like it.
popular.
Yeah.
So,
Well, people already paid enough and bought enough.
And
Basically,
Right.
Kickstarter pre-orders
Something
to make it work.
So we touched on, just real quick, we touched on the dialogue system, which was great. Because, like I said, depending on what you chose, and not even depending on the outcome, but on what you chose, you would be like optimistic or pessimistic, and that would give you some kind of bonus towards something. And then it was fun to discover how many kind of continuums they had like that. Because as you had more conversations, you'd realize like, oh, this is a continuum I can work on now, like optimism, pessimism, or
Right. Yeah, one was
liar
like
or
fear and courage. I feels they were just emotional. The dichotomies of emotion.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that was very cool.
that was great. And then also just the interaction of abilities, like you could make a poison, or you could make rain and then hit it with fire, and then it would make a fog cloud, or like
Oh yeah, all
Yeah.
the combos. in
I
that.
do remember that being
I
pretty
do.
cool.
Yeah.
Like dropping oil, lighting it on fire.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
ever fight except for that one time in like
Yeah, we
6
did.
hours of gaming? We went into that weird like dungeon place and we fought there.
Yeah,
And then-
we fought down there and we did the beginning, but we actually didn't fight that much. We had a
No.
lot of fun conversations. We were finding 3 sailors a
Right.
job.
Theft.
We
We,
went into
we definitely got
space.
some guys a job. Talked to that library monster.
We totally got some guys a job.
Library monster.
There was a library monster. There's a monster in the library. Up like in the mayor's second floor.
yeah, there is.
It's like a book monster. I don't know. He's an orc. Is he an orc?
Yeah, there was an orc.
I wouldn't.
There was
I wouldn't
a
consider an
female-
orc a book monster.
I think there was a female orc. That
My
they
memory
Everything's
is
some
definitely categorizing things
something
oddly
monster.
with
There's
this
orc
game.
is a
There's a
book
book
monster.
monster.
Rat walrus.
and a
rat
rat, and a rat
walrus
walrus,
monster.
which was
goblin.
a goblin.
Why am I not using goblin and orc terms?
Yeah,
I
So
don't
was
know
it
what
like
I'm
a-
thinking about, because you
like a
deleted
book
Lord
version
of
of
the
a
Rings from
mimic?
your brain?
I think I did.
book
Like
monster
a
and
mimic.
rat goblin.
Was it like a book version of a mimic?
It was the
Like
Necronomicon
you
ex
go,
mortis.
you go to read the book and you just get chomped.
Just came
Well, I
alive and
think
bit your
based-
hand.
It was some super intelligent orc
Yeah,
hanging out in the library.
That's it. I think
Super intelligent
I think-
orc.
based on our
So, like, an
encounter with
average
the
person.
orcs
Yeah,
earlier
like
in the
an
game,
It was like an average person.
seeing an academic orc later in the game, like really apparently jolted me enough to think like, who's
Book
this
monster.
monster?
Book
You're not
monster.
normal.
Book monster.
Let
Reminds
go
me
of that
Cookie
book.
Monster.
Well, long story
Yeah,
short,
books.
that game gets my seal of approval.
Yeah.
Very fun.
So you're excited for December.
yes.
The next one I'm really excited about is No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I watched a video of that, several months ago, and I hadn't heard of it before that, and I got really excited.
I agree.
Yeah, I do like those exploration type games, and
It seems
and
like
I
it's
still
got
don't really
potential.
understand exactly what you do in
Me
it.
neither.
But,
But I'm
I'm looking
excited.
forward
I
to
don't
it.
either.
Yeah.
I think it's
Do you have
something you
any-
could really relax to.
Yeah. Just relax to this.
I
I know it comes out
Leave
and
on the
Put on
wing.
some tunes, look at the cool scenery.
Yeah.
fly in and out of planetary
Yeah.
orbits and
That's the one.
atmospheres.
Yeah.
Yeah. you
That's
just
what we're
zoom
talking
in and
about.
yeah.
Okay.
Crazy, randomly generated stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge universe. It's
That sounds
June 16th release date. Developer Hello Games.
Hello.
Hello
Hello.
Games.
So you
There's no
haven't seen-
comma though.
You haven't seen that at all, Dane?
It's not a dressing game.
No, I have.
Oh,
I
okay.
definitely have. I just don't
Okay.
remember because it's been in development for years, right? And
Yeah,
it made
it's
a lot
been
of
a bit.
buzz like a
Right.
year or
Yeah,
so
it was a
ago.
while
Yeah.
ago that I saw that video.
Yeah.
Right. So I
I
haven't
think they
looked
might
at
have
it.
shown it at like an E3, and people were like, "What the fuck
Yeah.
is this?"
Right.
But
It
it's a
was-
game that includes over 18 quintillion planets.
And it was
Yes.
it was amazing because it looked, if I remember correctly, it looked amazing. And then the person was just like, "Hey, big dinosaur on a weird, crazy alien planet," and then just hopped in a ship, started taking off, like
Yeah.
getting intense,
Yeah.
going into space. Things are shooting at things. There's another planet to land on. Oh my god! It's like, what did you just blow my
Why
brains
did
out
you
with?
just do that?
It'll be interesting.
Also, why did you do that?
Why did you
Where's
do
your
that?
home? Is it like
You too good for your home.
Starbound?
Starbound
No.
is the one.
I don't think so.
Not in
I mean-
graphics, right?
Right? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
completely
But
different
it's a-
mechanically.
Is it a sandbox?
It's open universe, yeah.
Yes.
And you can build a lot.
You go to other planets.
That I
and
don't know.
explore.
Like, I think
you can get
craft
materials and
I don't
blueprints
know.
and upgrade your equipment and ship.
Okay.
You
But can you build like buildings and stuff like that?
I don't think so.
They
Not that
haven't
I know
shown
of.
that, so
But there are.
I
You
wish
can
it could.
interact with like
That'd be
NPC races,
Yeah.
factions, and stuff.
everything's procedurally generated.
Trade
like
or
all the different
fight.
planets and animal life and
Yeah.
everything. So it's kind of interesting to see how that plays out because they said themselves they can't really test it because it's so massive.
It's huge.
There's no way to see it all.
But apparently,
That's nuts.
your exploration and planets you discover can be shared with other people, and you kind of are building this giant database of everything.
Yeah. If you
I don't know. It
if
sounds
you
crazy.
discover a planet first, you get to
That
like,
sounds
like
totally
whenever someone
new.
goes there, it'll say discovered by.
No, I was gonna
Yeah.
say if you
P-Hub.
were about to say they get to name it, I will be swiftly unimpressed with that
With,
game.
just some of the
because-
names.
Ball Slapper Town.
XXX.
Yeah, because of the
That's pretty
names
much-
it would be given.
That would be.
Cavernous Vagina.
Yeah. It would just grow
Like that
from
would
there.
that would make I would actually be okay
planet
and
with a lot
chuckle
of
at
caves.
that.
Why
Like,
not?
but I don't trust other people.
Is that the
humor.
first? Is that the first indie game we had on here? Is Endless Space? Would that still be considered indie?
I think
Are we getting into this argument?
Yeah.
No, let's not do
What
this.
constitutes
let's not do
an
this.
indie game?
But I am excited
Endless
about it.
Space has a publisher,
Smaller developed.
Yeah,
so they
small-
are a monstrosity
We'll see.
of a gaming company. Is what
They're a
we?
book
I'm
monster.
pretty sure that was our conclusion from that conversation.
Was that what we came? Was
Yes.
that what we came to? It's
I
either
don't know though. I really don't know.
EA or
about
Get Out kind of thing.
Oh,
that. I don't
God.
know.
Like everything's EA, we just don't know it, or everything's Viacom.
That's probably true.
We don't know it.
Activision.
I think everything is
Either way-
Viacom, and we know it or don't know it.
The ambition in that sounds insane, and I'm
Yeah,
having
it's a bit
trouble.
different.
I'm having trouble understanding exactly what type of game that's going to be, which I think is probably a testament to their innovation.
I feel like you just fly around in a spaceship and do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm wondering
It might
why
get
I
dull
should
quickly,
do that. That's
is
what
the
I'm
problem?
thinking.
I
Why
don't
do I
know.
want to do that?
But I'd still, I mean, it wouldn't be the
Other
first
than-
game I played
Yeah,
a few
really.
hours of.
Well, yeah. Sure.
God, there's too many of those.
Dip your toes in.
But even
Test
so,
the
like
water.
7 Days to Die is not a complicated game.
Well, yeah, there's no story. You just
There's
create
no
your
sto-
own.
And if you
But
showed
we
it to
have-
somebody who only played Call of Duty, they'd be like, "How are you?
how
even
and why,
playing?
right? But we have sunk Joe and I have sunk so many hours into
Yeah.
that, and we keep doing it. We just don't stop.
Yeah, every once
right?
in a while, it's just
So
hey,
if they were to put a building, even a build your spaceship, like improve your spaceship type
Yeah.
thing, that is incentive enough,
Right.
I think, for a lot of hours.
I'd like
to
to
just go and explore
I'd
it.
like to compare our hours
On 7 days,
in 7 days.
yeah, you've played a lot too.
I've got quite a bit in there. I'd
Yeah.
like to see.
that would be interesting.
'Cause
Yeah,
you-
you're
you
with
s-
us quite a bit. Of the
Yeah,
time.
So
because you said Joe and I was like, "Hey, now
We've had at least 3 games where it's just the two of us, and it's probably
yeah,
like
yeah, you
30
guys
hours
have-
each.
I had a couple of
Right.
those."
But we've had games where you've either dropped in and out, or
That's
we've played
true.
a different
That's
game
true.
and had all three of us in it.
Yeah,
That's true.
for some reason, always
There's a lot of
making farms.
Dirty old men in that game.
Yeah, you're good
Yeah,
at it.
when they were
Yeah,
always
they're
dirty.
really
old
good.
men.
We
with the
definitely
farmer.
have specialized our jobs in 7
Yeah,
days.
I can
Joe
really
builds, Dan
good at
farms,
building.
and I just run around like a maniac and
And get all the
gather
stuff we
fun
need.
items.
Yeah, you're wild card.
definitely the scavenger. Yeah.
Wild
Yeah,
Well,
Man.
now they have like levels and perks and
Oh,
stuff
it's
where you can
crazy.
level up
So they
everything
finally
individually,
kinda-
It
like
loo-
scavenging.
It's good.
Nice.
now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it was good before, but
Yeah, and the
it always
It's-
seemed they were going towards.
Alpha 13 is incredible.
yeah, you should take.
It's not even in beta yet.
No,
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
but this one
you
just
seen that
added
game?
so much stuff. It's really good.
They revamped a lot of the visuals too. It-
Yeah,
you should-
yeah,
you-
they
it-
did.
It's
They-
crazy.
I-
Just the way that they've done the new physics for ragdoll and bodies
Right,
and
right.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
combat is a lot
It's
better.
a lot
Yeah,
harder to
I love
fight.
ragdoll physics.
Yeah, there's a little
that
bit,
shit cracks
little bit
me
to
up.
it.
Yeah, and
It's the
there's
death
stunning,
animations are
Like
awesome.
you can stun them.
Oh yeah, stunning.
There's a new way to stun.
It's rough when you stun them and they fall down and you think they're dead and they can then get back up and
They
hit you in the
get
back of the head
up. Yeah,
and bite your
you
face
got to
off
double
from
tap.
behind somehow.
You got to double tap.
Gotta
Got to
double
do
tap.
that. I really enjoyed knocking them down and then just pouncing on them with a hunting knife.
Yeah, you were ruthless, man.
It was great.
You do not mess around.
No,
Did you lick
just
the blade?
finish them. No, that
It's
would
zombie.
be a great way to get zombie blood in my mouth.
Exactly. Good job. You passed the test.
Stamina gone
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Chopping trees takes a day. That's the result of that.
Oh, the new gathering system in that.
Yeah,
is
the new gathering
incredible.
system is insane. Really good.
I do need to check out.
That's
the
my
the new
jam.
build.
Like, if you give me something to
it's
gather,
great.
I will play a game.
You would
for
like
It's
it.
great,
There are
yeah.
numbers too, so you can quantify
And you-
your gathering, and it's really.
And you don't have
addicting.
to sit there holding E anymore because you just pick it up automatically and it shows up. Everything you get shows up in the lower right corner and tells you what
Yeah.
you're getting.
So you don't have to
as
chop
you're
a
doing
whole
it.
tree down to get
Yeah.
wood. You get it as you chop, and then you get a big.
Oh, I
payoff,
get wood as I chop.
and then you get a huge payoff.
And if you
at
try
the
to
end.
butcher an animal that you killed with like a stone axe, it's really inefficient, so you don't get much.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you do it with like a hunting knife, you
Just
get
like
a lot more.
if
Yeah,
you
gotcha.
take a stone axe
It's
to
faster.
a car, you'll get crap like cloth and you
And
mangled the
busted
car.
stuff, yeah.
But if you use a repair tool, you get crazy
Yeah, just
awesome
actually
steel
take it apart
and
and get
you're
real
taking
parts.
things
tilt
apart.
like tires, and it's really cool. Really,
Yeah,
that's
good,
smart.
Good upgrades.
Very
Quite good.
interesting.
That wasn't on the list, but still good.
Yeah.
That might be out in 2016. Probably not.
No,
Well,
Might
I don't
move
think
to beta
I don't
until
think
Alpha
it's
12 came out in 2003.
I don't think it's ever
so
officially
we're at
coming
Alpha
out.
14. That was hyperbole.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
nailed it. Nailed it.
Well, that
I'm happy with what I've done here.
so, but that was the end of the official list. But there's one more that I wrote after the list
Ooh, secret.
that doesn't quite qualify
Forbidden game name.
for 2016 list. It's Firefly Online, which still doesn't have an announced date. I'm hoping it'll be 2016.
Yeah,
we did
last
get
thing
to
I
check
heard
out
was,
their intro
late.
video at
Yeah.
DragonCon.
We
I
did.
would
That's
love
cool.
to play that. I didn't realize
That was a good
this-
panel.
the scope they were doing and the type of game they were doing.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
had heard,
exploded.
I had heard some things, but until at DragonCon we saw what they were doing.
Right.
And they even touched on how it kind of became a different game once the actors signed on to
Oh, yeah.
to voice act
Suddenly, they
everything.
needed tons of story and dialogue.
The listener and I need to know, what are we talking about?
Firefly Online.
Firefly Online.
Do you know anything about it?
No, but I
Oh,
just
wow.
decided to throw the listener under the bus as
Yeah.
well in this.
Just drag them
'Cause I-
drag them down with you.
Was not paying attention. Trying to find out what time it
Firefly
was.
Online.
Yeah.
Firefly Island. All right, got it.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting too. I don't think it's going to be you're flying fireflies side by side in tandem with your friends, but it's going
No.
to be the way you train and deal with people will have an impact on your friends.
Yeah, the overall world.
So you're all in space, kind of, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you can meet in public areas. They were really vague about stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
it
really
didn't. It
specify.
sounds like it's
I think
more
it was
of
originally
a
no.
like social game in the sense that you can communicate with other
Yeah.
people and
Call for
hubs,
help.
but you can't play with other people.
I am honestly kind of fine with
I
that.
can't recall.
Yeah, I'm cool with it, and I feel like, well, I don't know anything about the writers, but I feel like if they're serious about this and if the actors have approved with what they're doing, that the writing's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Well, that opening, they showed us a pretty basic, low graphic version
Right.
of the voice acted intro scene, and the writing was
great.
spot on.
Yeah, it was good.
And they
It's
showed
just like the show.
half of it from the male character perspective, and then half
Yeah.
of it, the other half from the female.
And the
character
female
perspective.
voice actor was there,
Yeah,
who's
she was
also
there.
Jack's voice and the female voice
Oh,
of
God, I'm
the
blanking on her name.
of the person in Fallout 4 of the main.
Yeah, we've seen
protagonist.
her at
Gosh,
a
what is
couple
her
Dragon
name?
Cons.
She's
right?
really good, really cool too.
She is cool.
It seems from a
Oy.
distanced reception of
She
her
played.
talking.
Did you say
Hey, I can
Fallout
see you
4?
from
Yeah.
across the room. You're on the
cool.
microphone.
Did he say that?
You're cool.
Yeah.
You seem cool.
And then
Don't wanna
the,
miss that.
the male voice is Will Wheaton.
Will
Wheaton. Yes, I forgot about that. Will Wheaton
Will Wheaton
is in the game.
Yeah, I'm excited.
verbally.
That'll be fun. Although I must admit, I was excited after that panel to get the Cortex and mess around and do stuff.
So-
Totally didn't do
yeah,
anything.
It's not that great. Beth was addicted
zero.
to it for my wife. Beth was addicted to it for quite a while, but even she stopped doing it.
Really?
'Cause
Yeah, I
all you
stopped
do
after
is
a while.
like you just click on planets and
You
Yeah.
learn the map of space and then you stop.
you learn space.
I learned
I-
roughly where everything was,
Nice.
which was helpful. I think
How
Not-
similar is it to the board of the board game?
fairly similar.
How
Cool.
similar
It's
is
more
it to my-
detailed than the board, obviously.
How similar is it to my poster?
Oh yeah,
I would say very similar without a clear memory of what exactly
it would have
Roaster
to be.
has on it.
Yeah.
The map is the map is the map. I mean, it's the.
It is the world.
Why would they
it wasn't
change
a
that?
serious
I don't know.
question for me.
But
yeah.
speaking of the board game, I know we're on video game topics, but
No, go for it, man.
did you know how many expansions there are to that board game?
I did not.
There's expansions?
Yeah, I would like to play that again because
That game is so good.
I really enjoyed that, and there's tons of
and
expansions.
they're just.
There's
more
like extra
open.
maps,
Damn.
extra
maps.
captains.
There's more to
extra-
the world?
Yeah,
More stores, and so they just enhance the decks and then
Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
it looks sweet. I mean, varying sizes.
Oh, I
some
have
of them
seen
are like
these.
full size ones. Some of them are like little individual
Blue
packs.
Sun expansion,
It's
Jet
al-
Wash
It's already
expansion,
highly
Pirates and
replayable
Bounty.
in vanilla, so that's
Yeah.
awesome.
We should hit that up
Courtney
again.
We should
Taylor?
hit that up.
By the way,
So
Should take that to
StarCraft,
Pound
the
Town.
board game,
Courtney Taylor?
StarCraft board game.
Firefly expansions. We got
Got it all.
every single list in my life of things I like to do is becoming an alarming backlog.
blossoming in front of your face.
What we need to do is
Piling
quit
up
all
on
our
your
jobs.
Yeah, quit our
Um,
jobs, tramp around the U.S. with books in our bags, and just love it.
Let's just have a therapy session right
Play
here.
all
right
the
now.
board games that we're carrying
And
out.
carry the board games, carry our computers. We'll get a nice big bindle, put it
Yeah.
all in there.
Bindle.
Find places with Wi-Fi.
We'll just
Or better yet, an
People
Ethernet
don't
jack.
use bindles enough.
Of Mice and Men. I'm reading to Mice and Men right now. So
Bindle on your brain.
bindle's all up in it. Bindleitis.
The reason I yelled Courtney Taylor, that was the actress's name.
Yeah.
Courtney Taylor.
I caught
Okay,
that.
Cool.
He
Yes.
said
She
something
deserves-
sexual, so
she-
I decided to.
Oh, and
She deserves to be.
she deserves
Put
to
it
be
right.
known by
recognized
name. Yeah.
along with Will Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Yeah,
William.
yeah, but I'm excited for that game. I don't know what to expect exactly, but
Anything Firefly.
Yeah.
All about it.
It's gonna be hard
I-
to screw it up for me.
Yeah.
Still, how many years later now is it? And just still anything Firefly.
yeah,
is just
still
like,
addicted.
It was so good. It was just so good.
I
fantastic.
recently got a compendium of comics for my birthday that picks up after the movies.
Nice.
And I'm not very
Nice.
deep into it, but I didn't even know it existed, and I was very
Yeah.
pleased.
I have a different set of comics that I think
It's
is
the between.
before the movie, but after the
Are
series.
yours the
Yeah.
comics the one where the original agent from the pilot shows up
Yeah.
and he's still alive?
Yeah,
Like
like
an
a shot in the
eye.
face,
Oh,
and he has
really?
like a robotic or a mechanical eye
Mechanical eye. Yeah.
or something.
That's super
Ooh,
cool.
I saw in a
Oh, I
movie
can't remember that guy's
recently.
name.
Wait, got shot in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the eyeball.
and that's why
And
he
he has
has
like a mechanical thing on his eye.
When did,
Yeah.
when did that happen?
Mal walks onto the ship and just
It
Blast
was
him
like
in
the,
the face.
it
Oh,
was
that
like a
agent. I thought you were talking about
No,
the,
no, no, not
the one that
Agent's not
tries
the right
to,
word.
not the 2x2 hands blue.
yeah.
Okay.
Agent's probably not the right word.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm talking about that black mercenary type guy is what I was.
Oh,
thinking.
Jubal Early? No.
He was an operative.
Jubal Early. Wow,
he was a
that's-
bounty
That's
hunter.
what I
The
thought you
philosophical
Not
bounty
Jubal.
hunter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jubal Early
He
was
was kinda
bounty
crazy.
hunter. The guy from the movie
It's
was
so weird. I loved it.
an operative.
Yes.
The guy, I would say, agent.
He's an agent of the government.
of the
Yeah.
empire,
Right.
The Alliance.
The alliance.
Yeah.
A lackey, a stooge.
Where did I
that's so
see
good.
that guy?
That's
I saw him in like an 80s or early 90s movie recently. The guy that plays that agent in the. I'll let you
An
know.
80 or
Oh, wow.
I'll get back to you on that one.
I heard you say Asian, and so,
So you
I
got
don't
taken
know what
way
you were
off
saying.
course.
My mouth is a bit dry.
No, it's
sorry.
it's okay.
I heard Asian too.
He
I
played
thought-
that. He played that
you-
Asian. I was like,
heard
we
Asian.
have transitioned.
something wrong here.
Agent. This is what he meant.
Yeah.
and what he said. I think.
God, what is that
Yeah.
guy's name?
I,
gonna
can
drive
we
me
acknowledge
crazy.
how awesome that
The-
scene is?
Lawrence.
The guy that looks like he's
Lawrence
half Mark
Dobson.
Hamill, half
Lawrence.
Yes.
Lawrence.
They teach you to
I,
resist.
that guy just looks half Mark Hamill, half not to me.
He does kind of look a little.
He's
like
got some mark in there.
He's got some.
Mark.
He's like
His name's
he's
Carlos.
like the same age.
He's got
Carlos.
the mark of the mark.
He does. He looks more like a Mark Hamill than he does a Carlos.
His parents made a mistake.
Call him Marclos.
Wow, that's
Parents made him.
that is Mark Hamill's brother.
Yeah, with he's got darker hair.
Carlos Hamill.
Carlos Hamill. All right, so that's a new thing that we'll never forget.
Yep, Carlos Hamill
keep that going.
forevermore.
All right, are we ready for the Arquadded?
Sure,
Random
sure,
question
sure.
of the day.
Let's do it.
So I feel
Arquadded.
like this isn't an entirely fair question because it's worthy of a great deal of thought. So we're all going to be answering a little off the cuff.
Dan will be
More
answering
so
on the next
the usual
episode.
Arquadded.
We'll start.
More,
episode
I think
15
more
with
so.
that.
Let's see though. Okay, so my question is, if you could pick any video game and make it into a board game, which one would you choose?
StarCraft.
Ooh.
Yep.
It is
a board game, though.
I know. That's why I want to play it.
I also want to play that. But let's try to... XCOM,
Okay, I'll think
XCOM
about it
Enemy
further.
Unknown... XCOM is the reason that I got the question, because I was just
Path
thinking...
of Exile's passive skill system.
That's just the whole game. Oh my gosh, it's so
This
beautiful.
board will take up your entire living
That
room
whole
floor.
game is so beautiful.
It is quite a work of art.
And I am kind of I'll go first, obviously, so
Yeah.
you can think about it a little bit. My first and clear go-to choice is Mass Effect, which very well could have a board game already.
Yeah,
I do not know, but I would love to.
Yeah, I wonder.
I would love to have a board game where you don't necessarily even have to be Shepard. You're just maybe an N7 agent, or I don't know. They could build, make it a story. I don't know how the mechanics would work at all, but I would really enjoy the strategy of managing, kind of like, oh, you haven't played 3, and you haven't finished it.
Rip my world apart. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, but in 3, they kind of up the ante on the side stuff that you do, because in 1 and 2 you gather resources. On 1 you go on the planet and gather stuff.
Oh.
In 2 you scan planets and gather resources.
In-
In 3 you do like a lot of it, both kind of
Right.
in different
And
ways.
in 1, it is the most extensive yet most useless in terms of
Yeah.
I assume scope of the
Get down there
importance
with
in
that
the
Mako.
universe.
Yeah, the Mako.
Hey,
Some of those physics
I
are
found
wrong.
a little
I
bit
love
of
flopping
iron
around
on
in
this
that thing.
moon in the middle of nowhere.
You got a little APC
Or like
with rockets
you're just
on it.
you're just cruising
threw
with the
around.
Mako, and you pick up the maps were pretty big. You pick up 3
Yeah.
of the 4 things, and then you get to the 4th, and it's some kind of base guarded by 50,000 turrets, and you
Oh,
die, and
yeah.
you haven't saved, and then
Oh, yep.
quit the game.
Oh,
It's a big old RQ.
Oh, Mako.
keep bringing back those memories, please.
But in 3, it was like a really high strategic level because you had to gather for war against the Reapers, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
I would love a cool game where it's resource gathering and you're doing missions and you're creating relationships with assets, people. I would
Yeah,
like that.
And,
a lot.
That'd be nice.
and, I mean, the Firefly game is completely not, doesn't have anything necessarily to do with the crew of Serenity, even though Serenity, I think, is one of the.
And all the
in it,
characters are in
right,
it.
the
Yeah,
ship
right.
Yeah,
is
well,
one
and
of
the characters are in it and all that,
They
but I
just
mean,
take what's
like,
familiar. I could see a similar.
but you didn't
Right.
have to play as them, like, so the connection here being you don't have to play as Shepard. It's something set in the world
right.
in what in the typical experience would be in that world.
I don't know if I'd
Sure.
want to play a Shepherd either.
It's responsibility.
I did it
That is
once,
quite a
and it
burden.
was heavily emotional and taxing on me.
I've done it once and it was horrible.
I enjoyed it, but
But
oh my
wonderful.
goodness, it was quite a journey. But I think South Park is definitely one I would want to see into a board game, and that's a show and not necessarily a game.
Stick
but
of Destiny.
The Stick of Destiny was so hilariously South Park.
God,
I've been
that
thinking
game-
about
I would love a
playing
board
that,
game.
That
was
game is
fun.
good.
but I'm
It's
just
really
not,
fun.
I'm not into South Park as much as you guys
That
are.
might not make it very good then. I think a lot of its charm
Yeah.
is that South Park flavor.
Pokemon.
Honestly, I mean, it's not a terrible
You hear that a lot in the
turn-based,
game.
turn-based,
I love that part.
Yeah,
fighting
exactly.
game, though. I mean, it's an RPG turn-based. It's fun in that regard.
Yeah, it is fun.
There's a
game.
decent amount of depth there too.
Yeah.
So.
Al Gore's in it.
And you're finding all the Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I just loved it for that little sound.
That was
clip.
really fun.
I actively went and tried to find those. It was so exciting every time I heard it.
Yeah.
I was really incentivized to go get those things because I enjoyed that so much. It made me laugh.
Yeah,
every time.
it was great. Everything they did with that was brilliant. Anybody else?
Whew. I'm gonna steal the easy one. I think Diablo would be a fantastic
Yeah.
board game,
It's a goodie.
and it would take a lot of thought to figure out how to best pull that off. But I think most of you guys enjoy RPG board games and enjoy advancements of just advancing your characters, getting more gear, and so obviously that would translate well for that.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be fun.
and
Imagine all the
who doesn't
glorious loot cards.
Yep, and who doesn't like the lore of Diablo, the setting? I mean, it's just
Right.
been done so well, and there's so much that you can pull from it.
As long as there's nothing involving Act 3 of Diablo 2 and those little turds.
What are they
monsters?
called?
The
I hate
fetishes.
those things.
The
Yeah,
fetishes.
fetishes.
Yeah.
And the fetish
You spit fire at
sycophants.
me, I kill you, but I don't really kill you. You split into two different people.
Fetish.
because
shaman.
you just run around on each other's shoulders.
Got
Carrying
flames and
machetes.
spitballs.
That's not okay.
Carrying machetes and flamethrowers.
Or you get the ones that have the speed upgrade and like you're dead before you even see them.
Oh yeah, speed upgrade.
What
poison.
the hell is happening?
What?
They have butcher knives. There's like you're done.
I can't.
You draw
would be
those in
fun,
act. Sometimes you get them in Act 1 in the catacombs. Very rarely,
Right.
but
Oh, yeah.
if you drew those on hardcore mode in Act 1, it was over. The internet couldn't handle how fast those damn fuckers were.
Oh, not in the heyday for sure.
800 by
yeah.
600 can't take this.
Not enough pixels to show
and
speed.
and that was if you had upgraded the game
upgrade.
It's like 98, right?
to have the.
Insane. 2000.
I think the expansion came with better resolution or something, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Upped it from what?
Oh, yeah,
or,
they might
or
have
the,
Lords of Destruction
update
did that.
9. I remember update 9 being
Big one.
Niner,
I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
the old Niner.
maybe that was the last one.
That would be interesting.
9.1.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, that would be fun.
Diablo would be a good choice. Yeah, I like that. I could see that being like
Be the
a,
Necro
kinda
Zookeeper.
like
It's always
again.
it randomizes like the game would randomize the different enemies to a degree, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you could have a mechanic that randomizes the enemies and.
Deck full of enemies and just
Yeah.
pull whatever you get.
Yeah, I'm picturing like the Marvel game a little bit.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a deck builder.
Because then you could have
Yeah.
so many enemies.
Mm.
All right, well, we patent and claim that one. Moving on.
There you go. Buy the
Blizzard, you
license
guys
to
mind
make
if we
that.
do this?
Blizzard.
Cease and desist.
Yeah. Shoo. Make them homeless. The idea is ours.
Say hello to the lawyers.
It's called
We're looking at you all.
Diablo Me.
It's a satire, so it's not stealing.
So we can just totally bypass the copyright, right?
And the
how it
the
works.
me part is actually Mass Effect. So
Well, anybody from Blizzard. Wow. No,
Just combine the two games.
make the game Blizzard.
Risk.
Do it.
And also Bioware.
Risk. Did you say risk?
Just make Risk into a video game.
Into a board game, into a video game.
into a video
Worse
game,
at
into
all.
a board game. There have not been many
just
good
happened?
iterations of that. I just turned your world inside out. Don't worry.
Wait, of Risk, there's not any good? They made a Game of Thrones Risk.
I think he was
sounds
being
good.
sarcastic.
No,
There's a million risks.
Yeah,
There's a
there are.
million Risk games. I just
There's
remember
also a lot of tactics.
I played maybe
And
one
Monopoly.
or two in my day,
Yeah, Monopoly.
and I never enjoyed them at all.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So let's guess your answer. Sims Medieval. No, not it.
that wow. Now I'm just trying to think why you would think I would say that.
Because I almost said it. I almost said it. Yeah.
No, I was trying to think
That's
of
another one I
of
haven't
a-
played that I really want to.
Sims Medieval.
Yeah.
It
It's
is
really
fun.
fun, man.
Yeah, it's a
No.
good game.
It's very
It's
fun.
the charming Sims
I
in a
could get down
cool
with that.
setting.
Yeah.
Really fun.
It's very fun.
It's a bit different.
It
It
is.
is.
Because I
Quite a
need
bit. 'Cause
you
I
have,
need another
like-
game to play. So
Getting bored. Not enough games.
How's the back burner looking?
I can't even handle it.
Yeah.
I stare at it and I hate myself.
I know that.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
So many games.
I was actually thinking to me personally, it feels like a cop-out answer, even though it might be a good idea. But like the different holds of Skyrim all going to war with each other, kind of thing.
That'd be great.
That would work. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like it. I don't like the answer. I want something better
Wow.
from my brain.
Well, I think a lot of games would lend well to. I mean, I actually was in a serious guess would think you'd maybe lean towards like a Witcher or something that's dark and intense, and
Yeah,
Witcher has so much depth to the world that you could really kind of make
yeah.
anything out of the game.
Yeah.
But Skyrim too, not to get too far off your answer, it
Yeah,
would be great.
For similar reasons.
I was trying to think of something Witcher related, but it's like even the books don't, or at least the books that I've read so far don't have like maps really,
Yeah.
and things are a little vague as to where what is. Wait, that wasn't a sentence, probably.
Where
That
what
wasn't
is-
either.
It's falling apart here.
Yeah, the brain is crumbling. I was trying to think of how you would, would you do a board game? Would you do a hand card game? Like how would that work out? And then I kept settling back on Skyrim because it has clearly defined sections, maps,
It'd be more straightforward.
areas. Like it'd be pretty straightforward. Where do the minions of Oblivion come into play there. It's everyone's enemy
Wild
or
card.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I think that'd be super cool.
Or you could do Cyrodiil, or you could do
Right.
the
That'd be
entire-
fun to have a Skyrim map as the board, and then it's up to how many holds are there? 9,
Yeah,
7,
there's a lot.
8,
There's a lot of holds.
whatever. However many holds there are, and then that's how many players you can have, and then it's just like a big war strategy game. See
Yeah.
which king becomes king of Skyrim or something. That'd
Yeah,
be super
and then
fun.
you could just lace it with
units and wild card.
Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls flavoring.
Yeah,
Go
That'd be
big or
fun.
go home.
it'd be fun. I'd play it.
So, obviously, StarCraft. It was hard for me to think of anything else after that. Obviously, came to mind.
Would you
I
rather have a
haven't played it.
StarCraft board game or MMO? Sidearm quad.
Oh, personal sidearm
Well,
quad.
MMO
Go.
I've
for
very
sure.
long wanted the MMO.
Yeah, the
I think
MMO would be so
somebody
crazy
was
awesome.
working on some semi MMO like version of something that I don't know they modded or something. I think
Called
they
it No
stopped.
Man's Sky.
And then they got
no.
lawyered.
Yeah, probably.
Don't make something awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't know until a couple months ago that
Well,
there was a
maybe we
board game.
can.
Yeah,
So
right. Why? Yeah.
So
it
I'm
can
kind of
be
excited
yours
about
for
it.
$179.
I would prefer to pay less than that. But
Please buy it.
yeah, thinking about it pretty hard.
What is this?
But that's already a
StarCraft board game.
So that's kind of
Oh,
a cop out
okay.
answer, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah.
But it
Yeah.
would be the answer if it weren't already a board
I
game.
understand that.
The next one that came to mind was Tetris, which made no sense.
Shake it up.
Oh,
Which
what
sounded
if you?
fun.
Lawn Tetris.
We could call it something different though,
Yeah.
like Jenga.
No, what
or
if you made an
buttress, or like-
absolutely amazing? What if you made an absolutely amazing
Spelled correctly.
mind blowing game, and called it Tetris, and it was like Tetris, but somehow made like really well done. I think that would be amazing.
What? A stretch of a hypothetical. I don't know
Not sure. What.
I'm not gonna lie. I woke up
just
from
said,
a
what if
nap
you made
right
Tetris?
before this podcast started.
That's great.
But my final answer
Let's just ignore
was
the past 30 seconds.
I was thinking Counter-Strike
Ooh.
as more of like a larger party game that gets split up into two sides and a bit of a kind of a card deck builder type thing where you get abilities based on like what weapons you get and somebody throws a flashbang at his own team.
So like make
about
it
as far
make
as
it
I
like a more social game. Like
Yeah, something like that. I just wanted to go a little bit off the wall.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
So
interesting.
I wanted in my head I wanted to say that game would be hard to do as a tabletop game, and then I started thinking
I don't think so.
where to go. But yeah, I think
Like if
actually
you made
could
it like
probably
a
twist it
tile
to make
based,
it fun.
like almost like a straight up tabletop game, like
Yeah.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
Oh, that would actually make
But
perfect
dude,
sense.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
That would be cool. That reminds me of
Yeah, and then
what was the one with the
and then a
gangs?
bunch of hackers can come in and headshot you with every fucking roll
And
of
then
the
one
die.
of the people you play ghosts around, and it's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna name myself something.
How'd you
coarse.
move through that wall? I can move through walls, bro.
Yeah,
I've just renamed myself to Discharge.
Yeah, auto aim off. What do you
Do
do?
something to piss him off.
Would you be able to
I hate
put down
you.
like wall sprays that were just porn?
Oh, yeah.
Like, get the true experience. Of
I
Counter-Strike.
remember that.
Oh,
I feel like
man.
you could just print that out on your computer
Yeah,
and then slap it on the table
just
and it'd
gonna
be about the
slap-
same thing.
Slap some ass and titties down.
And just make the noise.
You got to make the spray noise, yeah.
Everyone go get their spray and print it out on the computer before we start, and then reveal it when you want. That would be a disaster.
You can only leave it down for about 30 seconds and then it disappears.
Especially in that party game mode. It's like, all right, blah, 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 does their spray. And it's just like a beheading. And you're like, oh. Why'd you do that?
Horrible. No. You're ruining the nice ambiance of the office that we're fighting in. Asshat.
Oh, my. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
I started thinking about
Started thinking about
Tetris 3.
Tetris 3.
Tetris 3.
the re-Tetrising.
No, Tetris. Right, the
Where you
first
make
idea was
Tetris, but it's awesome.
Kratos,
You make Tetris,
Sorry.
but good.
Kratos Hot Tub Love Tongue Orgy board game.
Wow.
I'm just off.
done.
I'm off on that tangent now. just
man.
like
Nobody said Octodad. Right?
Octodad.
Deadliest Catch?
Datapus.
Deadliest catch.
You're just laughing at that name.
No, the board game.
Oh,
though.
man.
The board is different.
You make it a new board game.
It's making a board game. It's a whole new thing. It's a whole.
Wow.
Yeah, the humor's totally
Take care of your
different.
kids. It's a release for the parents, Just relax tonight. Play parent in a board game.
Wow. Well, that about wraps it up for episode 14.
Oh my gosh.
Of Rough Around the Edges. Check out our website, roughneckgames.com, and click all of the fun links and content. And enjoy.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.